Steve Walls, along with Darren Smith, here for the our post game show live from Phoenix, Arizona, inside of the stadium where the Super Bowl isn't played. And Darren, man, I have to tell you, man, I'm excited that the Chiefs won this game.
Well, I mean, I am too, because we picked them to win, so that always helps. And look, this is where the season. Look, we said back in September the 11th, this is where the season starts. This is where we expect the season to end for the Kansas City Chiefs, and it ended exactly the way we thought it would with them as Super Bowl champion. So, just like you, I'm excited because I won some money off of it too, so that kind of helps too.
But you know what? The way that this game, when we were just talking, but the way that this game had unfolded, I'm concerned about the fact of Andy Reid, and the retirement talk.
Now you brought that up.
Yeah.
You brought that up before the game. I so now you told me you got a chance to talk to him post game. Was that even brought up at all?
It was. I asked Andy and Patrick, and Andy just was saying no. As long as the team will have him back, he'll be back. And Patrick said no. Andy has not discussed that with him. So I don't think he's going anywhere.
Yeah. So of course that answers your question. But why was that such a huge concern? Just because that had been the talk of conversation around Super Bowl week or whatever.
Yeah, there's a conversation around. I mean, Jay Glazer. Andy talked about Jay Glazer putting it out there once. Sometimes there's media that are able to have the ear of the streets, so to speak, and Jay Glazer does, and what Jay Glazer says is go, and so people went on to believe that.
Got you. So look, but since we know he's not going anywhere, the big question is what's going to happen with Eric Bieniemy. I got a chance to talk to him in the locker room after the game. Obviously, he said that tonight he's going to worry about celebrating, not really thinking about about the upcoming week or whatever, but being a two-time Super Bowl champion as an offensive coordinator, really, what more can they say? I mean, they can try to discredit him, but I know Patrick gave a lot of credit to him. I know Andy gave a lot of credit to him. I'm not sure what more the man can do right now.
And you mentioned Eric, and Patrick made a point to mention Eric in the postgame. He said, Eric Bieniemy, it was because of him, that we were able to right the ship.
Yeah, I mean, and look, we don't know why it is that he doesn't get the credit he deserves. Obviously, Andy sucks up a lot of the oxygen, and I'd say that's a bad thing, but that's just what he's known to do as a play caller. Look, but let's look at the game tonight. First, opening drive, Chiefs kicked the ball off. Philadelphia went down. They scored right away. Kansas City, to their credit, got the ball, went right back down and scored. Had a stop. Kansas City had a chance to take the lead on the field goal from Harrison Butker, but he missed it. I talked to Butker in the locker room after the game, and he said that while the missed field goal did play a small role in his psyche, he said the fact that he was able to come back and kick those extra points, he said he felt like he got back into a rhythm, and he knew, and the team knew, that they had the confidence in him at the end of the game to kick that walk-off.
And you know what? The way that this game was being played, though, you gotta give Patrick all the credit in the world, man. He went down with the apparent re-injury to the ankle, and he came back in the game. And he was asked post-game, did he get any kind of shot to be able to come back in? And he said he didn't.
Well, and look, man, I mean, we saw the expression on his face prior to halftime, to where he's on the bench, he's throwing his helmet down, he's thinking he might have been able to go back in the game. I always felt that just get the game to halftime. He's going to have about a half hour. Now, I'm not saying a half hour is 2 weeks worth of rest, but but I felt like once we saw he was kind of walking on his ankle and stuff, as we as they were finishing up the half and see how he was running to get off the field to the locker room, I felt that he'd be okay start the second half, in which he was.
And so, just your overall thoughts on the game, and where do the Chiefs go from here?
I mean, really, Vegas already has them as the favorites for next year. Of course, Super Bowl is in Vegas.
Man, y'all all clean cut over here, talking all proper and stuff, man. We just won another Super Bowl. Come on now.
Well, look, man, you never know who's watching, so you gotta
tighten it up a little bit. I hear you.
But first of all, since you're over here, man, congratulations. I know you got a chance to call the game along with Mitch Holtis, man. Just give us your honest assessment when you all saw Patrick go down in the first half, and then seeing how he was gimpy going into the locker room, and then seeing how it's played in the second half.
So you remember watching Superman when we grew up, when the kryptonite was kind of near him, and he kind of went down a little bit and figured out his strength to throw the kryptonite in the water or get away from it. That's kind of what we should be accustomed to seeing when we're watching Patrick Mahomes go down. Like, he doesn't stay down. He's always bouncing back. He's always kind of giving that emotional boost to this team in necessary situations. So to me, I wasn't surprised that, especially with how the game unfolded. Like, he got an extended amount of time right before half. He got the Super Bowl halftime, which is an additional 15 minutes of rest and rehab and retaping and all that. So I wasn't surprised that he was going to come out in the second half. I knew the game was going to come down to that first possession. And it wasn't necessarily being down 10 points, Darren, that I thought the first possession was necessary to get a touchdown. I thought it was necessary to have something positive happen.
Right.
We needed something positive to let the Eagles know to get off their high horse, get back on the ground, and they were going to be in for a fight. We were able to cap it off with a touchdown, took all the momentum. Special teams comes through. Kadarius Toney with the big play. To me, the biggest play of the game is Jerick McKinnon.
Yeah.
Like, the smarts, the intelligence.
I asked the enemy about that, stopping before he went to the end zone.
I mean, like, he's better than me. Because I'll tell you, I'll be scoring me a Super Bowl touchdown, and we just going to have to figure it out after that. But, I mean, that's how this team is assembled. You know, we talk so much about the rookies, 6 rookies on the defense contributing, not just spot play, but contributing. But we forget, you know what, there's a bunch of second-year guys, too.
Oh, yeah.
Nick Bolton, Creed Humphrey, Trey Smith, Willie Gay is a 3-year guy. So, you know,
Justin Reed, new to the defense.
it's amazing, bro, the semblance of talent, the way that they're coached. The other team, and I know Nick Sirianni, and it's not a slight to him, but they were out-coached today. We showed more discipline. We showed more ability to bounce back. We showed more opportunity to capitalize on opportunities. And the time of possession was significantly different. Ball for just over 1 minute in the second quarter. And then we were able to kind of still, within 10 points, reel everything back into our style of play. It was just an amazing, amazing feat all around.
And I want to ask you about you talked about time of possession and coaching. Talk about Andy Reid's, even when Jerick McKinnon went down at the goal line, he was still able to, there were still about 2 or 3 minutes left.
Yeah. So I'm in the booth with Mitch. Mitch and Dan Israel, they go up to training camp. They stay up there with the team. And I'll check in with them from time to time, and they'll talk about the evolution of this team, what's being accomplished on the scenes and behind the scenes during training camp. And there are plays, there are situations that they'll practice in August that they know they won't use until December. They know they won't use until the playoffs. But so it takes a higher level of coaching and leadership to get somebody, especially some of these kids, to buy into something in August in training camp, knowing that when the time comes and it's needed to be used, you're going to be ready. Sky Moore, getting his first touchdown ever in the NFL on the Super Bowl stage. Kadarius Toney, who has only just a small portion of this offense that he's a factor in, and yet he's able to go out there and capitalize on it. Isaiah Pacheco. I mean, like we can stand here for hours talking about each individual player, how they contributed in a major fashion. That's why you got a championship. People were doubting us. I don't know why. We got the best player. We got the best player in the league. We have the best tight end in the league. We got the best coach in the league.
Is this a dynasty?
Yes, I think so. You got 5 years going to the AFC Championship, not just going, but hosting it. You got three times you go into the Super Bowl. You win 2 of them. You basically forfeit the one because you couldn't block anybody, and yet we still had plays we could have made in that game. So it wasn't as bad as it seemed from a score perspective. So yeah, this is a dynasty to me. I know Pat and those guys don't want to say it. I'll say it. It's a dynasty. I'm looking forward to next year.
Speaking of next year, quick, I'll ask you this: as I talked to Spags about it, the rookies, those first year players, bringing a Justin Reed or someone in. What's that mean for this team going into next year? Because again, you're Super Bowl champion. You know what with Andy
too, again.
Got 11 draft picks coming up. So I'm saying, what's the outlook of this team going into the next season? I know they're already the Vegas favorites, so
we're spoiled, man. We're spoiled in the Chiefs' kingdom, justifiably so. So it's Super Bowl or bust. It's in Las Vegas next year. So like this is our opportunity again. We should be Vegas favorites. There's no reason in the world why we shouldn't. We're the best team in the NFL. We have the best quarterback in the NFL. We have the best coach in the NFL. We have a defense that's young, gritty, and they've experienced success. And like to me, you've experienced this. When you've had a really, really good steak, you don't go back to somewhere else and get another one of rubber or leather. Like you go and get that same steak as often as possible this is the steak that this Chiefs team is eating. I expect them to be back in February again.
Danny, we appreciate you,
All
man.
right, brother.
Yeah.
Y'all looking sharp as always. Proud of you guys. Doing a great job.
All right.
I mean, so, I mean, your thoughts on the game? I mean, because look, there were some points that we didn't even talk about. Kadarius Toney with the 65-yard punt return. That I think that they said broke an NFL or Super Bowl record. And look, his one catch was for a touchdown. And there were a couple of plays that Travis Kelce and I can't remember who had the other touchdown catch was just wide open. Nobody attended to. So I mean, the play calling that Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy were doing this evening. And look, again, shout out to Spags again too, man. Because Spags, again, you're down by 10. You got to figure out a way. Look, they scored 11 points in the second half. So you still got to figure out a way to not only hold them, but hope that the offense do enough to put them in a position to win. And that's what I think they did.
And you know what? It's crazy. You talk about guys like Kadarius Toney, the Juan Thornhills, the guys like that. The others is what we call them. They stepped up big time because you had those guys that needed. I mean, you have the Patrick Mahomes, you have Travis Kelce and those guys, but the fact that you had Kadarius Toney to get the punt return and set him up for a touchdown, and you had other guys, Isaiah Pacheco. He started off hot, and I'm like, well, sheesh, are they going to be able to start running the ball consistently now? And they most definitely they did.
Man, look, it was a good all-around team effort, man. I mean, and it's hard to just pinpoint where things went right. I mean, because you can. One of the things that I never really get a chance to do is watch the game, on television. So when I go back home, I'll find some time to just watch the TV broadcast of it. So to see that, A, it'll drive me crazy, and two, knowing that, the team ended up winning. So, I mean, overall, man, it was just a good overall team win. And again, I'm still excited about the potential of what this team can do because I think with all the talk about winning on a rookie quarterback deal, Patrick being the first to win on what they call this new quarterback extension, and the way that they did the draft picks, and like you said, they got 11 draft picks coming up in just a few months in Kansas City. I mean, the sky's the limit for Kansas City. Now the question is, who do you sign in the offseason? How do who do you bring back, stuff like this? So those are the moves that's going to need to be made. What do you do with MVS? Do you cut him and re-sign Juju? Do you just
Juju came up big at the end of the game too. Reminded me a lot of Sammy Watkins. All the Sammy Watkins underneath routes, he got him.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, and so he's now, I don't know whether he priced himself out, but he's definitely earned an opportunity to at least come back to Kansas City. Obviously, you look on the defense side of football, Carlos Dunlap, I mean, he was on a one-year deal. Do they try to bring him back? I mean, and so, again, you got so many young players on rookie deals that they're not spending a whole lot of money, so you can afford to do some stuff. Then you look at Chris Jones. I mean, Chris Jones is in line, I think, to get a contract extension as well. So, I mean, Chiefs got a lot of decisions to make, but these are good decisions to have, especially coming off of a win.
And with those 11 draft picks, I don't really think you need all of those, but they've worked for you. You had 10 last season, and I think there's going to be a lot of guys that want to come, like veteran guys that are going to want to come to Kansas City. I mean, we've seen it year in and year out, from Carlos Dunlap to LaShawn McCoy, MVS, all these guys that have won at the end of their careers. Now they want to ring chase, and I think this is the team they want to land on.
Think about it. MVS. Play with Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers. Got to 2 NFC championship games, couldn't get over the hump. Comes in first year, boom. Juju, I mean, you had AB on the other side of you, but you couldn't get over the hump. Come here, boom. Now you look. They can't take it away.
Justin Reed,
Justin Reed as well. So I mean, it's good. Now here's the thing, with those draft picks, a lot of people talking about get some more receivers, but you got to remember, you still got the rookie free agent that you signed last year with the ankle injury that's coming back.
Oh, Justin Ross.
Plus you got John Ross from that you signed to a futures deal from Cincinnati, who runs faster, who runs the 40 faster than Tyreek Hill. So I mean, so the thing is, you get them healthy, you get them in the locker room, and you get them working with Patrick. I mean, again, we are living in the Patrick Mahomes era to where he is akin, whether you call it LeBron James or Michael Jordan. You and I are blessed to be able to cover this guy on a daily basis, and travel week in and week out to cover him, throughout his career. And so, I mean, we're blessed. I mean, we got 9 games, 9 home games. We got, you and I will be going over to Germany next year to cover that game, and hopefully get a chance to host a 6th Arrowhead Invitational, and get a trip to Las Vegas again next year.
We want to thank you guys for watching us throughout this season. Myself and Darren Smith, I got Teron over there. Thank you so much for watching us. Tuesday night, join us. Oh, actually, it'll be Wednesday. Tuesday night's Valentine's Day, so it'll be we're gonna have to do it
At the parade is Wednesday.
parade. So possibly after the parade, we'll have the Red Hour show to be down at Soiree Steak and Oyster House. It's gonna be fun. We got the winning Super Bowl champions, Kansas City Chiefs.
And he did say he would do it. Justin Reed said he would join us as well.
Okay, there you heard it here first from the field inside of Phoenix. For Steve Walls, for Darren Smith, we out of here.
Super Bowl, baby.